To the lead, President Trump just announced he's going to appoint Steve Witkoff to be special envoy to the Middle East. Witkoff was a major donor to the Trump campaign. He's helping to lead the Trump inauguration. He also spoke at the Republican National Convention and is a real estate investor. Witkoff was with Trump on the golf course the day that the U.S. Secret Service foiled that alleged second assassination attempt on Donald Trump. And our politics lead, Congress is back in session. Both the House and Senate are in D.C. today, but we still don't know who's going to control the House come next year. 218 is the magic number for power. Currently, Republicans have won 215 seats. Democrats have won 206 seats. There are 14 seats left to call. In the U.S. Senate, Republicans have clear control with 52 seats. In the last few races, Democrat Ruben Gallego defeated Kari Lake in Arizona. Pennsylvania's race has still not been called, but both Dave McCormick and Bob Casey, both of them were invited to Senate orientation. All of those Republican lawmakers are going to meet with President-elect Trump on Capitol Hill tomorrow, but before they take up Trump's America First agenda, they will need to pick their leaders. CNN's Manu Raju is live on Capitol Hill. And Manu, you spoke with House Speaker Johnson today. He's bullish that Republicans are going to win the House and that he's going to hold on to the gavel.
Yeah, no question about it. In fact, I asked him whether or not Trump is supporting his bid to remain as Speaker of the House, and Mike Johnson told me, yes, he is. And I asked him about any concerns that he may have, given the narrowness of his expected majority. We have not called the House yet, but if they are on track at the moment to hold on to a razor-thin margin, very similar to what they have currently. And when we saw what happened to Kevin McCarthy in the last Congress, he took him 15 ballots to initially be elected Speaker, and then, of course, he got ousted from the speakership in historic fashion. I asked him if he had any concerns that a handful of people on the far right, in particular, may try to prevent him from getting the speakership on January 3rd. He told me he's not. He believes his members will be on line, and he's going to try to rely on Donald Trump's support to get those members in line. And also, Jake, he plans to go to Mar-a-Lago this weekend as they try to formulate their legislative strategy for the rest of this Congress and as Donald Trump takes power next January.
And Manu, Republican senators have their leadership vote tomorrow. How is that race shaping up?
John Cornyn and John Thune, two longtime members of the Senate Republican Conference, they are seen as the clear frontrunners in this race. It is hard to handicap it between the two of them about who actually may win this race. John Thune is the current number 2 in the Senate Republican Conference. Cornyn used to be number 2. They have deep relationships. They've raised millions of dollars for their colleagues, which is why they are seen as the likely people to succeed Mitch McConnell, unlike Rick Scott, the Florida Republican senator, someone who was just reelected to his second term. Even though Scott has got the support of members in Trump's orbit, not Trump himself. Trump is neutral right now, but people who are allies of the former president, outsiders in particular, like Elon Musk, calling for them to elect Rick Scott. I talked to one of Scott's supporters in the Senate, Tommy Tuberville, about the pressure campaign that Scott's supporters on the outside are leveling on Republican senators to back him for the job.
Because my phone has been ringing off the wall, my email has been lit up. People want somebody that's going hand to hand, that's also a business guy, like Rick Scott, that can work with President Trump.
So he should stay out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's up to him, but if he was asking me which he hadn't, I'd say, listen, let us handle this. And, you got a lot of people to hire.
So in that last comment, Tuberville referring to Trump himself, saying that he thinks Trump should stay out of this race. And it's unclear if he'll get in, but Jake, if he were to endorse, that could be potentially a big risk here, given that this is a secret ballot election that will take place behind closed doors tomorrow, could go any way, and Donald Trump does not want to be on the wrong side of picking a Republican leader that will be elected tomorrow, given that members can vote however they want. But Trump does plan to meet with the Senate Majority Leader tomorrow afternoon after this election is held.
All right, Manu Raju on Capitol Hill for us. Thanks so much. And we turn now to Democratic Senator-elect Andy Kim of New Jersey. This is his first TV interview since he won his race. And Kim will be the first Korean-American in the U.S. Senate ever. And your parents are still alive. Are they both immigrants?
Yeah, that's right. My parents immigrated from South Korea to the United States 50 years ago to this year. So we get to celebrate 50th anniversary of our family in America by me becoming a U.S. Senator.
I have some serious questions for you, but what was that like for your parents on election night, that they come to this country and, 50 years later, their son is elected senator-elect from New Jersey?
Yeah.
That is the American dream.
It was really emotional. Actually, the hotel that we had the election night at was the hotel that my parents, my whole family, all of us moved to 37 years ago. We lived out of that hotel for the first few weeks that we lived in New Jersey when I was 5 years old. So I wanted to come back to that hotel and pay tribute to the opportunities that we've had. But I'm humbled by this opportunity. I'll be the first Asian American elected to the U.S. Senate from the entire East Coast of America. So we're trying to show that there's a new era here coming in and a lot more opportunity ahead.
It's great, and it is.